Writer-director Quentin Tarantino is known for many things: his snappy dialogue, his use of homage, but perhaps most of all, his willingness to kill off any of his characters. It doesn't matter if they're a hero, a villain, or just some poor person down on their luck, nobody's safe. That's what makes Tarantino flicks so unpredictable. You never know who's going to go next, and perhaps more importantly, how. So I decided to go through all of his films and choose the top 10 Tarantino deaths. As this is about deaths, it will contain spoilers for Tarantino films, you've been warned. Welcome to Slice.
Good. Now here's the rules. Rule number 1, no punching her.
Number 10, Buck, Kill Bill Volume 1. There's something satisfying about the scumbag finally getting what's coming to them, and in the first installment of Tarantino's Kill Bill, we get one of the most satisfying deaths possible. After waking up from a 4-year coma, the bride finds out a male nurse, Buck, has not only been raping her, but selling her lady parts to anyone that will pay.
Price is $75 a fuck, my friend. You getting your freak on or what?
After killing the man who's paid for the privilege, Beatrix hides and waits for Buck to return. Then...
Where's Bill? Where's Bill?
Please would be nice.
Come again?
I said a please would be nice.
Number 9, Vincent, Pulp Fiction.
I'm not here to say please. I'm here to tell you what to do.
After double-crossing gang boss Marcellus Wallace and making off with the money, aging boxer Butch Coolidge wants to start a new life with his girlfriend Fabian. But when checking their luggage, he realised she's forgot to pack something rather important, his father's watch. Annoyed, he cautiously goes back to his apartment to find the watch, but when he gets there, just like he expected, a hitman was waiting for him. Fortunately for Butch, the hitman was Vincent, and whilst waiting it seems Vincent got a little too comfortable, leaves his gun on the side and goes to the bathroom, something he seems to do way too much. So when he's done...
Mr. Candy. Normally, I would say Auf Wiedersehen. But since what Auf Wiedersehen actually means is till I see you again, and since I never wish to see you again, to you, sir, I say goodbye.
Number 8, Dr. Schultz and Calvin Candy, Django Unchained.
Let's go. Come on.
After a very uncomfortable dinner playing characters trying to deceive Calvin Candy to rescue Django's lost wife, Broomhilda, the hostile group finally came to an agreement. After all was done and the papers were signed, all that was left was a simple handshake to close the deal.
Even after all that paper signing don't mean shit. You don't shake my hand.
But Christoph Waltz's character, Dr. Schultz, isn't as inclined to shake hands with Candy as Candy is. Not letting it go, Candy is willing to throw out the deal completely, not letting our heroes leave until the dentist shakes his hand.
If she tries to leave here before this nigger-loving German shakes my hand, you cut her ass down.
What happens next?
If you insist.
This then led to an all-out shootout, leaving more than just the Doctor and Mr. Candy dead. Maybe he should have just shaken his hand.
Shut the fuck up, he's getting on my nerves.
Marvin! I'd knock that shit off if I was you.
Number 7, Marvin, Pulp Fiction. After experiencing what he perceives as divine intervention, avoiding being shot at point-blank range, Jules announces his retirement.
I mean, that's it for me. From here on in, you can consider my ass retired.
Jesus Christ.
Don't blaspheme.
His partner Vincent questions his decision in disbelief, playing it off his luck. Trying to convince Jules not to retire, Vincent asks for the opinion of Marvin, and halfway through a sentence...
An opinion? I mean, do you think that God came down from heaven and stopped us?
Oh, what the fuck's happening? Oh,
man,
shit.
man! Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Why the fuck you do that?
Well, I didn't mean to do it. It was an accident.
Unprovoked and completely unpredictable, nobody saw it coming. What makes this death even more noteworthy is that it's used as a major plot point for the rest of the film. If it wasn't for this accident, they would have never gone to Jimmy's, never met Winston Wolfe, and never got breakfast at the diner and stopped the robbery, showing how one mistake can have big consequences, especially if that mistake is shooting someone in the face.
Probably he went over a bump or
Hey, the
something.
car ain't hit no motherfucking bump.
Hey, look, man, I didn't mean to shoot the son of a bitch. The gun went off. I don't know why.
Number 6. The Dreyfus Family, Inglourious Bastards. The opening scene to Inglourious Bastards gives us one of the most suspenseful scenes in recent cinema. We watch as Hans Landa, excellently portrayed by Christoph Waltz, interrogates French dairy farmer Pierre Lapedite, looking for the Jewish Dreyfus
The
family.
Germans looked through my house 9 months ago for hiding Jews and found nothing.
I'm aware of that. I read the reports of this area. But like any enterprise, when under new management, there's always a slight duplication of efforts.
Slowly building up tension, pulling it like a rubber band, Tarantino writes one of his best dialogue scenes to date, watching as Hans Landa slyly intimidates and breaks down Perrier.
Amos was 9 or 10.
And just as it seems he's in the clear, it's revealed that the Dreyfus family are hiding under the floorboards, and then...
However, before I go, could I have another glass of your delicious milk?
Landa wants another glass of milk. After a cleverly written monologue about his job and his nickname, the Jew Hunter, there was no doubt in what would happen next.
You're sheltering enemies of the state, are you not?
Yes.
But in a bittersweet climax, Shoshana was able to escape with her life.
Do you know who I am, Mr. Wally?
I give up. Who are you?
Number 5. Clifford, True Romance. In a film not directed but written by Tarantino, we see two acting heavyweights take each other on in a battle of lies and lie detectors. Clifford, played by the legendary Dennis Hopper, is kidnapped by the mafia don Vincenzo Cocotti, played by the equally legendary Christopher Walken. In the search for what belongs to him, Cocotti interrogates Clifford, estranged father of Clarence, on his son's whereabouts, after Clarence makes off with Cocotti's narcotics.
I can imagine how painful this must be for you, but Clarence and that bitch-hole girlfriend of his brought this all on themselves. I implore you not to go down that road with them.
Clifford doesn't spill anything, but after realizing he's never going to be leaving the room...
Could I, have one of those Chesterfields now?
Sure.
He tells the Sicilian-bred don that his ancestors are black.
Sicilians were like, wops from northern Italy. They all had blonde hair and blue eyes. But, well, then the Moors moved in there and, well, they changed the whole country. They did so much fucking with Sicilian women, that they changed the whole bloodline forever.
Resulting in the mafia boss shooting Clifford in the head.
I haven't killed anybody since 1984.
The price you pay for bringing up either my Chinese or American heritage as a negative is, I collect your fucking head.
Number 4. O-Ren, Kill Bill Volume 1. Set out on revenge to kill the 4 people that killed her unborn baby and left her in a 4-year coma. First on the bride's list is O-Ren Ishii, Queen of Tokyo's underworld. Having to fight through a Yakuza gang and O-Ren's personal bodyguard Go-Go, an incredibly disturbed 17-year-old. The bride finally reached her target. In a final battle, an already injured bride and O-Ren go at each other, but it's cut short when our protagonist takes a slice to the back. Refusing to give up, however, the bride pulls herself up to finish what she started. Number 3. The Nazi High Command, Inglourious Bastards.
You are all going to die.
Don't you just love it when a plan comes together? How about 2? Revenge stories can be real satisfying, but even more so when it's on a character as despicable as Hans Lander, not to mention one of history's most despised people. In this scene we see Shoshana Dreyfus take revenge on the entire Nazi High Command with a huge fire. While simultaneously the bastards follow through with their plan to execute the Führer and end the war. The only real disappointment to this is that Hans Lander wasn't actually killed in it, but in the end, he definitely got what was coming to him.
I'm gonna give you something you can't take off.
He's just gonna decide, out of the fucking blue, to rip us off? Why don't you tell me what really happened?
Number 2. Mr. Orange, Mr. White, Nice Guy Eddie and Joe, Reservoir Dogs.
This man set us up.
In Tarantino's first feature film, we're presented with writing that's funny, quick, clever, compelling, and yes, full of death. It's easier to make a list of people who didn't die in this film. So when you're not afraid of killing off main characters, how do you one-up yourself at the end of the film? Well, in Reservoir Dogs' case, the answer is as simple as kill almost everyone. Throughout the film, Mr. Orange is suspected of being a rat, and finally, the suspicion goes too far, and we have a Mexican standoff for the ages. Joe points his gun at Mr. Orange, so Mr. White points his gun at Joe, resulting in Joe's son Eddie to point his gun at Mr. White.
It's a terrible mistake I'm not gonna let you make.
Come on, guys. Nobody wants this. We're supposed to be fucking professionals.
And when tensions get that little too high,
Larry, stop pointing that fucking gun at my dad!
That woman deserves her revenge. And we deserve to die. But then again, so does she.
Number 1. Bill, Kill Bill Volume 2. Probably the most expected death on this list, considering the name of the movies, but that's exactly why it's our number 1. Through the first adrenaline-fueled sword-fighting epic that Volume 1 was, to the more emotionally invested and heartfelt final act of Volume 2.
Freeze, Mommy.
Bang, bang! Oh! Oh! She got us, baby. Mom got us. Oh, I'm dying.
I'm dying.
Calm down, sweetheart. They shot us.
Tarantino takes us on a crazy journey to where we finally see Bill and Beatrix reunited again. With an outcome that couldn't seem more obvious, we still watch, waiting, almost hoping that the end will tell a different story.
I tracked you down. I wasn't trying to track you down. I was trying to track down the fucking assholes I thought killed you.
When it finally does happen, when Beatrix finally does complete her vengeful mission, it isn't a drawn-out, perfectly choreographed sword fight, nor an intense shootout, but instead, one final heartbreak.
Plan A taught you the 5-point palm exploding heart technique.
Of course he did.
We hope you enjoyed this video. What was your favourite Tarantino death? For more